Your self confidence can suffer every time a man doesn't call you back, a man uses wonderful poetic words with you, but his actions don't align, or your husband ignores you, or the relationship is suffering in some other way, or you're blaming yourself and not feeling as good about yourself as you used to, or maybe having confidence is something that you've really struggled with. In this video, I'm going to share 5 ways to build your most confident, powerful, dynamite self using feminine energy. My name is Adrienne Everheart. I'm a feminine energy dating and relationship coach. If you're new to my channel, please take a moment, hit the subscribe button. And if this video is helpful, be sure to like it, share it with a friend. And as always, I love to hear from you in the comments section. Ask me anything you like, and I'll be happy to answer. So let's think a little bit about what undermines our confidence. This is the first stopping point in this video, which is what makes you feel insecure. What leaves you feeling less than confident? For me, I know I really lost a lot of my confidence when I would approach a man and get turned down. Or if there was a guy I really liked and he didn't feel the same way, he would break up with me and give me some excuse or blame me for the breakup in some way. My confidence would really suffer, and I would wonder if I was ever going to find the right guy. And I would also think, like, what's wrong with me? Like, why can't I keep a boyfriend like these other girls? Or why can't I feel comfortable and relaxed in the relationship? Or why do I keep sabotaging my relationship? I had a lot of doubt about myself. And that's where I want you to start. I want you to first understand what's making you feel less than confident. What is happening? Who's saying what? What is the action or situation that's eating away at your confidence? Now that you have an idea about what's making you feel less than confident in a relationship, in your current relationship, or going forward, I want you to keep these 3 words in mind during this video. And that is action, alignment, and warmth. I'm going to be touching on those 3 words for the remainder of these steps. I'm also going to share 2 really important videos with you at the end that are going to teach you how to get in touch with your feminine energy feeling. Make sure you stick around to the end to follow up with those 2 videos. So let's first talk about action. This is step number 1 in this process of rebuilding your confidence. You have to know the difference between action versus truth. You may be saying or doing things in order to get a man to respond to you, hoping that something very specific will happen. Now, this is a way that masculine energy really takes over the feminine energy because we're seeking outcome instead of letting things unfold and finding what we truly feel. We're saying or doing things to create an action. And then when that action doesn't happen, we feel disappointed, we feel hurt, and our self-confidence suffers. Likewise, a man can be telling you so many flowery, wonderful, poetic words. The things I had guys do, talk about marriage, drive around neighborhoods and pick out houses together, only to see that their actions didn't match their words. So remember, a man's words don't really mean anything. They're beautiful, they're wonderful, he means them in that moment. But if he doesn't follow up with action, that's where you have to know the difference. A lot of women get trapped in words, not action. So let's recap this first most important stop, which is number 1, action. What am I doing or saying, hoping to create an outcome? Why am I doing or saying this? What outcome am I hoping to have happen? That will really quickly tell you if you're in your masculine energy. The next part is a man's words matching his actions or his actions matching his words. You need to know the difference and make sure that your self-esteem doesn't suffer based on a story someone is telling you instead of reality. This next part is my favorite part in feminine energy, which is you must know your emotions. So often women come to me and they will tell me, well, I feel disappointed that he didn't call. I feel really angry at him that he's not, moving towards me or pursuing me. They're feeling angry or disappointment. And we really need to find what you're feeling that isn't more of an outward action. So again, we're going back to feminine energy and knowing your feelings. I want you to take a deep dive on finding out what you feel. And again, I have a video at the end of this called the Parfait Method that is really going to help you deep dive into your emotions past that first surface or reaction emotion. So, when you really know your emotions and can understand yourself, you are going to be in alignment with your values. So, we've discussed action. This is about alignment. Now, alignment is so powerful because it is a litmus test to how you want to live your life, how you want to conduct the business of your life, and what you want in a relationship. A classic example I've used many times was a girl who was on a first date with a man. He did not open her car door. He did not open the door for her in the restaurant. And she said, "That's it. I'm so disappointed with him. He wasn't doing what I wanted him to do." So she's completely bypassing what she's feeling and totally focused on, is this person performing the way I need him to perform? Instead, she needed to focus on her feelings, which is, on a date, it really feels nice having a man open a door for me. And then just smile warmly. You put it out there. You put out what feels good to you. I feel really special when a guy opens my car door on a date. You're giving that man an idea of what to do, but only based on what you feel. Now, if he lets you down and he doesn't open the door, or he doesn't call you back, or he doesn't do what you expect him to do, now you have to go back to, is this in alignment with my values? So, do I really, really have to have a guy opening doors for me? Or in my mind, have I set a rule that he has to open doors for me? Knowing your emotions and if they're really in alignment with your values, what you really need, your core requirements, your core desires. Because again, self esteem and confidence can suffer because we're basing it on the expectations or the actions of others instead of how we feel as feminine energy beings. This next one is the most important tip I'm going to share with you, and that is about warmth. Warmth is always an option both for yourself and for your partner. So let's look at warmth in terms of, if you're feeling really low and down about yourself, you're not feeling confident in your body, you're not feeling attractive or beautiful, you feel like all the good guys are passing on you, the men that you really want aren't interested in you, and you don't know what you're doing wrong. Well, right there, we're already experiencing resistance that you are possibly doing something wrong, that there's something wrong with you, instead of there's something really not in alignment with the men that you're attracting or you are attracted to. Now we're in a different way of thinking and being, and this really frees up your feminine energy to be compassionate with yourself and have warmth. Warmth is such a powerful tool for you to give to yourself and recognize areas where you're not being warm and loving and kind to yourself. So, when you have compassion and warmth for yourself, what this does is actually opens up a door. It emits a signal to men around you that I can also be compassionate and warm with you. For example, if you have body image issues and you're really hard on yourself physically, this will be an energy the man feels, and he too will feel insecure about his body. Or he may pick up on that you are also judging his body as you are judging yourself. You see that dynamic it can create. I'll give you another example where a client of mine was on a date with a man, and she wanted to absolutely let him know on the first date that she would not be having sex with him until they were married. Well, the guy appreciated hearing this information from her, but she never heard from him again. And she said, "Well, that shows you right there. This guy wasn't right for me." But in fact, what she was doing was she was expressing a boundary she was feeling instead of expressing warmth. So I want you to look at the magic of warmth. Warmth is, I'm going to date you. I'm going to see where this goes. And when things start to get hot and heavy, and I'm starting to feel we're moving to the next level, I'm going to discuss my boundaries with you. But first, you're building a relationship and you're practicing warmth. This is such a strong feminine energy tool because boundaries so often get misinterpreted like street signs or road maps, which are very much in a masculine energy world. A warning sign or a signal that you need to tell someone immediately. When in fact, boundaries are an in the moment type of feeling that you have. You can know them, you can be aware of them, but you can also express them with warmth instead of, here's my guide to how to treat me in life. Warmth allows you to be seen as a person who knows you are imperfect, yet still loves and supports yourself. That way, you attract that same energy in life because none of us are perfect, and men definitely want to be in a relationship where they are comfortable to be themselves, be imperfect, occasionally make mistakes, not say or do the right thing, but be met with warmth and understanding. Just keep in mind that warmth and understanding begins with you. My last tip on how to build your radiant, powerful, confident, feminine energy has to do with self care. Now, self care gets tossed around a lot. What exactly is self care? Well, it's completely unique to the individual. For example, I have not had a pedicure in probably around 6 months. Now, I keep everything trim and tidy and clean, but a pedicure to me isn't really self care unless it's maybe the summertime and I'm wearing sandals. Self care for me is time alone in nature, time with my pets, quiet time to myself. That's how I recharge. That's what feels good to me. And it's also a really feminine energy way to be in touch with nature and animals and beautiful things. Sometimes even cooking is a wonderful way that I have self care, especially if I'm making a nutritious meal for myself that I'm going to share with my husband. So, my question to you is, how do you really self care in a way that builds your confidence, that doesn't keep you trapped in the illusion of confidence? Here are some ways you can get trapped in the illusion of confidence. Following a skincare or eating routine or workout routine that really isn't in alignment with who you are and how you want to live your life. We're now going against your confidence because we're trying to put you into the mold of someone else. Now, there is no other thing that does this better than Instagram scrolling and looking at Instagram models and comparing yourself against them. So, your self care routine is unique. You can get inspiration from others, but you want to find what feels good in your body naturally so your body can depend on you. Your feminine energy, adult self can depend and have a good relationship with you. You know you're in alignment and building your most radiant, confident self based on those three values of action, alignment, and warmth. This work begins and ends with you. Now, please do take a moment, check out these other videos, and be sure you subscribe to my channel. And I hope to hear from you in the comments, and share this video with a friend of yours who needs a boost in their confidence, and learn more about your feminine energy in my courses, podcast, and more in the links below. I'm sending you lots of love today and always. Bye bye.